we're trying to implement the Common Core curriculum. How much more difficult is that because ESEA has been authorized?
I don't think it creates any difficulty for the adoption of the Common Core and the moving towards a new set of standards. I think what it leaves us is some unknowns about how that's going to affect school accountability. We know we've got to go to the new standards. That's not making it any more difficult. The reauthorization then of ESEA really is, as you roll into these new Common Core state standards, how is that going to impact the accountability system and the plan for that? And we won't know that until we see a totally reauthorization of ESEA.
But we don't know when that's going to happen.
Best guess scenario won't happen before 2013. So to even begin that process, in our opinion, it's what we're hearing from the federal lobbyists and others, is that we're probably looking at that process really ramping up in 2013. So we're a year away.
Can you tell me, not having it reauthorized, what is that costing school districts?
I think what it's costing them is, I don't think there's a financial cost so much. I think there is some money that's tied to that. What it's costing are bad labeling. Schools, many of our schools are doing a super job of moving students from where they were to where they are today, but they don't get any credit for that. They don't get credit for growth of learning. They only get credit for hitting a target. And as many of us know, that you can set a target, and if you don't get any credit for growth, it's hard to keep working towards that. So that's the cost, in my opinion. It's not a financial cost so much. There are some professional development costs. There are some supplemental educational service costs out of federal funds, but the real cost is bad labels.
My assumption is that when it was formed, of course we knew we weren't going to get 100%.
I think everybody would agree that it was a great target, but an impossible target.
With the intention being, let's set the bar high, and then we'll fix it as we get closer and we know that we can't reach it, and then we'll know what to do. Am I right about that?
I can't answer the question of whether the authors of that had that perception. I think there were people who believed that's what would happen. I think the issue was you couldn't say we're going to have 80% or 85% proficient because somebody would ask the question, what 15% shouldn't be? So you have to set that target at 100%. But I think you're right. I think we as educators and professionals thought, okay, we understand this is a political work to help improve schools, and that there'll be additional revisions and refinement of the process. It's just the politics hadn't let that happen.
So I guess you've just been stuck in, okay, we're still 100%, right?
That's right. I mean, right now the target's still 100%.